My mom is like my God for me because IT engineers or IT scientists of the whole world is in Chennai, and that is their home.
When you land in Chennai, what instantly makes you feel that you're home?
Tamil also.
I understand your family has been a huge pillar of support throughout your journey. I read your posts about your mother on LinkedIn. What has she been to you? Would you like to tell us something?
My mom is like my God for me because she sacrificed her entire life all along in her life, and I just lost her last year. But she's been sacrificed everything. Even when I was a young kid, she used to get up 4 o'clock along with me to study, and she used to drop me every day to school. So all her life just revolved around me. So I owe everything to her. What I am today for what I have achieved.
Have you learned some leadership qualities, lessons from her?
The multitasking, but every mother in this world, there is no better multitasker than a mother in today's world. Even in fact, working women today, they do an amazing job of multitasking. From morning 5 o'clock to up to 9 o'clock, they are revolving around and they are balancing everybody. The mother's thing is, if everybody is happy with them, mother is happy because she can't have favoritism. Like in a typical, it's like a mother is a CEO. So they run, every kid needs equal attention. Even the servants need attention. Sometimes husband need attention, mother-in-law, father-in-law, everyone
So
needs
she
attention.
is also managed
So she
several
has to manage
enterprises.
so many people. The multitasking is what I learned from my mom too. And I'm sure every mother in this world is doing that, and you really, should salute for the motherhood overall, for what the kind of sacrifice they do. And I think that comes naturally to a mother. I think it's just maybe divine blessing combined with maybe some hormone, which is plays working there to be sacrificing. Because men, we tend to be selfish most of the time.
Do you really want to say that?
Which we have to confess. There are certain things we are good, certain things we are not good. We have to confess, right?
I have just one question, then we'll go for a rapid fire round. If you could speak to that young Tamil medium boy from Arattai today, what would you tell him?
We'll say keep going, keep dreaming big, is what I would like to tell him.
You'll be like managing several businesses, don't worry, healthcare.
No, when he was young, I don't know I will manage. You just have to dream big and keep on moving in that direction.
Correct.
Like Abdul Kalam ji said, you just dream, but morning get up and act. You just keep dreaming, then don't act. It won't work. He used to interact with me many times. He was an very interesting personality. With whom you just interact with him for 1 hour, you get so much ideas. He always challenges you. And that is the way he talks to you is now the rocket is going, why you are not producing even pulse oximeter in India. So he keeps asking, and after 1 hour you will feel, see what have we done. So that is the kind of person he was. So when I think that's what young people need, someone have to keep on challenging them. I think our younger challenging them, I think then you really hit their ego. Then I think I'm sure they'll go and act more and do more, and that kind of discussions are required. And our children today are extremely intelligent. They are 10 times more intelligent and smart than what we were because of the information power. Everything is in their fingertip. So today we cannot claim any knowledge because whatever you say, they are comparing back in the phone with either from AI. So their knowledge is anyway going to be superior than you. Only the wisdom we can give it to them. Knowledge we cannot give them, but wisdom we can give them.
I'll just have a few rapid fire questions. Okay. When you land in Chennai, what instantly makes you feel that you're home?
Tamil also. When people talk in Tamil, when people in Tamil, then you think you are back at home, and that makes you really feel happy.
The air feels different. Everything is home. What is one regret that quietly stays with you always?
That's because despite being in the entire healthcare ecosystem, I could not make my dad and mom live longer. So it's about our new longevity concept we are seeing is we could have now today all this tech is there. It was applied properly. I'm sure my dad would have lived more, my mom would have lived more. But probably we didn't focus as much on prevention and and prediction. I like what we could have. So that will remind me as a regret. What good is all my experience if I couldn't help my father and mother to live more?
But I'm sure they'll be happy. You're touching so many lives, saving so many of them today. Yeah. Which version of Chennai do you connect with? The Mount Road nostalgia or the growth story happening in OMR?
Of course, Mount Road nostalgia, because there everything was, aspiration. Even to have one meal in the afternoon, go to Amravati and have that, Andhra meal. You have no restriction to eat. You will eat an unlimited meal, and we were all liking that unlimited meal of again and coming. Today, even if they give you literally no, we don't want. Everyone is saying I don't want to eat. So that whole thing is what we lived those days. Whether right or wrong, I don't know, but obviously those days we were enjoying, going and having that meal, unlimited meal. That's how we used to call. So that is Mount Road nostalgia for me.
That's nice. So, when you're alone, away from boardrooms, what thoughts occupy your mind the most?
It depends on what happened yesterday. So there's nothing, no fixed thought.
Okay.
Surrender. So if there is something happened nice, you think about it. Something happened difficult, you have to think about it. So it's usually sometimes today or sometimes yesterday,
Yes,
not beyond that.
What is one underrated quality of Chennai?
I think people do say Chennai is conservative. As I told that, I don't think so. One underrated quality of Chennai is obviously Chennai food, I think, is something people do not know. Now, once the people know, oh, South India has this, they know only idli dosa. So South India has non-veg, South India has this, Chennai has this. So the people now from Northern India, other people, they have not seen the variety of Tamil food. We have every district having different kind of food. I think the food of particularly Chennai food or Tamil food has been underrated in my opinion. The kind of varieties we have, I don't think rest of India has really tasted it yet.
True, true. Even if like go anywhere abroad, also Indian is just North Indian, so
Yeah, so
they
they
get
haven't seen. And
introduced.
once even I see many foreigners who come to my house or this, they think this is the best Indian food I ever had. So it means we have not popularized our Tamil food as much we should have, except the dosa and idli. Maybe lot more to do with our Chettinad food, our Tirunelveli food, and our
I think
food
from
from Madurai.
Kanyakumari.
Go to Madurai, the kind of the mess what you have, the food what they give is the best non-veg food where you can ever see anywhere in the country. So there's so much to be proud about the Tamil food.
Has success made your life simpler or more complicated? Or how do you see success even?
Success, obviously, success, in my opinion, leads to complication because you have to deal with success. When you fail, you can always say, okay, I will try for success. So, holding on to success is a very difficult, you have to keep defending your success all the time. And then that's a problem. When the success becomes a failure, people will criticize you. If you fail, then people say, okay, poor fellow, it's okay. Then you are next time you say, see, he also succeeded. So it's always success put pressure on you. But I think you need to be very humble when you are successful.
Good to have problems.
Yeah, so I think humility in success will make you even more successful.
Which is tougher for you, do you think? If you have seen auto fair negotiations, would it be that or startups negotiating for funding?
I never used auto. I used to
Never
use
used
bus
it.
those days. But even
So
if I
you-
have gone by auto, I've never negotiated with auto driver because you can't win that negotiation. Why try? The startup is basically, of course, startup entrepreneurs think a lot, but the way there is nothing called negotiation with startup. It is mentoring the startup. If you are really investing into them, you're not. I think negotiating with the startup is actually a bad idea. You have to see if you are believing in it, you need to invest and go along with them and support them. So either of that, I don't think negotiation is a bad idea. One you will lose. In my opinion, both you will lose. So you don't have to negotiate with both of them.
What is one thing that you still carry from your childhood?
If I have to say from my childhood, I think the same thing, just the gutsy feeling, no fear of doing anything is something which is still in my, which is what I kept as monking. So.
What do you think keeps entrepreneurs bringing back them to Chennai than other startup ecosystems?
Now, as I said, Chennai has so many characteristics. See, today you see the best IT IT engineers or IT scientists of the whole world is in Chennai, and that is their home. So if you put on today, there is no business in which IT is not influenced. And today AI coming in, anything coming in, today with the data centers, lot of data centers being in Chennai. Today, tomorrow the world is going to be, at least for the next foreseeable future, like internet happened, mobile phone happened. In the next 10 years, it's going to be a lot on AI. I think we already have a reasonably good ecosystem because of data centers, and also a reasonably good IT ecosystem. So for any business to prosper, you need to have a reasonably good IT ecosystem. And you go into next to IT is electronics. We have a reasonably good electronic manufacturing ecosystem here, and we are already the auto and auto component capital of India. So I think both in manufacturing, IT, healthcare, there is lots going for Tamil Nadu overall. And one good thing about Tamil Nadu is just not Chennai, all several other cities across Tamil Nadu who has the right ecosystem for industrial development, be it any government over the past several years. I think all of them are pro-industry and supportive to the industry. So that political will to support industries to prosper is also been a big advantage for Chennai.
You told about risk mongering, but if there are 3 other things to your entrepreneurial journey, what would they be?
I would say belief, passion, and commitment.
Okay, thank you. I think clearly we could keep continuing this conversation for more than an hour or so, but Dr. Velu, thank you for such a candid conversation. I think maybe we can open the floor for questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
In one of your interview, I saw that although you got opportunity for masters, you took a job on the first month's salary you lost in pickpocket.
Yes.
And your owner gave one more 2,100 rupees to you. And despite of multiple situations, you continued with him and be loyal to him, right?
Yes.
So in today's world where Gen Z is most of the workforce, their aspirations are different. The retention is so much challenging. And even getting them to come to work every day, morning by time, is so challenging.
Yes.
So, and if there was a, as you said, process driven and SOPs, you would have not got an opportunity to give one more salary to that employee as well, where we are building a business to scale. So, what do you think is a solution for that in today's businesses?
The change is the only thing constant. We have to also think like Gen Z. Otherwise, I think we cannot deal with them, because their thinking is they have the switch off. For them, work-life balance, Saturday off. These things are there. We need to learn as entrepreneurs. We belong to little bit yester generation. We have to start thinking and behaving like them. They want independence, but they will deliver. What we used to deliver in 14 hours, they will deliver in 4 hours to you, because they have information power. So controlling the Gen Z or the new generation, whatever you call, this generation is going to be too much data dependent, information dependent, and they are a lot more smarter. So we have no choice but to adapt to them rather than telling them to adapt to us. It's not going to happen. So we just have to adapt to them and work with them. And our fixated way of how we used to run business today, we are all learning. My daughter has joined the business. I am learning from her. Every day they say, so all of them think differently, completely different. And I think we have to adapt. And I don't think it's wrong, because basically they will succeed. And we just have to learn, whether they are our employees or our colleagues or our this one, whoever they are coming in. I think the way of all our older entrepreneurs, we cannot keep talking about the past and bragging about our past way of running the business. If I tell to even the younger people, they'll think this guy is crazy. All these story you read, I'm thankful for that. But it doesn't excite. The same thing I tell daddy, it's your fate, you did. And now we don't. Why should I listen to all that? So their thinking is, their information in their footstep and in their palm they are having, and they will say, work from home today. For all the more reason, many in my office is coming and saying, our prime minister is saying work from home. So, so end of the day, we have to tell them also. We have to only say, you cannot do surgery working from home, and you can't treat a patient working from home. Whatever they can work from home and achieve, yes, we should allow that. There's nothing wrong, in my opinion.
Great, sir. Thank you. And you also have to give a small point as to how to stay young and look young like you.
I just do my normal things every day, at least 1 hour, which I told you, 1 hour for yourself.
சார் தமிழ் ஓசை பிடிக்குன்றதால தமிழ்லேயே பேசுகிறேன் சார், ரொம்ப ஈஸியாக இருக்கும். 2 விஷயம். ஒன்று வந்து என்னோட அப்சர்வேஷனை ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஷேர் பண்ணுறேன். நீங்கள் வந்து தோனியை கொண்டு வந்ததுனால ஐ திங்க் பிளட் டெஸ்ட் எடுக்கணும், டாக்டர் சொன்னா மட்டும் தான் பிளட் டெஸ்ட் எடுக்கணுன்றதை தாண்டி இப்போ ஓகே ட்ரை பண்ணலாமே அப்படின்ற ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் வந்திருக்கு, நம்பர் 1. ஆனால் இன்னுமே வந்து பிளட் டெஸ்ட் பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இன்டிமிடேட்டிங்காக தான் இருக்குது. நியூயார்க்கில் எடுத்தாலும் சரி, எங்கே எடுத்தாலும் சரி. ரொம்ப இன்டிமிடேட்டிங்கா இருக்கு. இந்த ஸ்பேஸ்ல யோசிச்சிருக்கீங்க?
அது வந்து இப்போ பார்த்தீங்கன்னா இப்போ வெயிங் டிடெக்டர்னு கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம். இந்த ஆட்டோமேட்டிக் பிளட் ட்ராயிங்லாம் வருது. பட் அந்த பிரிக்கு ஒன்று வலிக்குதான். அன்றைக்கி முதல்ல தோனியே என்று சொல்லிட்டு இருப்பார் அவர். நான் இப்போ வீடுகளுக்கு இவருக்கு நாங்கள் வந்தப்பறம் தான், இப்போ நியூபர்க் வந்தப்பறம் தான் நானே பிளட் கொடுக்குறேன்னு சொல்லுவார். அவர் சொன்ன பார்த்தீங்கன்னா முந்தி அவரே பயந்துட்டு தான் இருப்பார். எங்கள் வீட்லேயே என் டாக்டர் வந்து இப்போ தெர் இஸ் அ ஜென்ரல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ். பட் வி ஆர் ஃப்ரம் எங்கள் சைடில் என்ன பண்ணுறோம்னா எப்படி அந்த எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை நல்லா கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஈஸியாக பண்ணுறது. ஒன் பிரிக் ஒன்லி. பட் அதை வந்து கரெக்டான ஆளுங்க, ட்ரெயின்ட் ஆளுங்க வந்து பண்ணாங்கன்னா ஐ டோன்ட் திங்க் இட்ஸ் நாட் அ பெயின்ஃபுல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்.
இல்லை, பெயின்ஃபுல் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸ்க்காக சொல்லல சார். ஏன்னா ஒரு பிளட் டெஸ்ட் எடுக்கிறோம் அப்படின்னா டாக்டர் சொன்னால் தான் எடுத்துகிட்டு இருக்கோம். நம்பர் 1. இப்போ ஐ திங்க் மேபி ஓகே 6 மந்த்ஸ்க்கோ 3 மந்த்ஸ்க்கோ ஒன்ஸ் பிளட் ஒர்க் எடுத்தால் பெட்டர் அப்படின்ற ஒரு மைண்ட் செட் வந்திருக்கு நம்மளாம். ஆனால் அந்த ரிப்போர்ட் வாங்கி நான் டாக்டர் கிட்ட போகிற நேரம் இருக்குது பார்த்தீங்களா, மேபி 1 hour இருக்கலாம், half an hour இருக்கலாம், இல்லை 2 days கூட இருக்கலாம். அப்போ ஒரு பதட்டம் ஒன்று இருக்கும். கொலஸ்ட்ரால் அதிகமாக இருக்கா, இல்லை ஏதாவது ஒன்று அதிகம்.
அதுக்கு தான் நாங்கள் இப்போ ஸ்மார்ட் ரிப்போர்ட்னு வச்சுருக்கோம். அதுலேயே உங்களுக்கு எல்லாமே கொடுத்துருது. அட்லீஸ்ட் இட் கிவ்ஸ் எ இண்டிகேஷன். இந்த ஸ்மார்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் இருக்குது. இப்போ நாங்கள் இந்த லாஞ்சிவிட்டி கொண்டு வந்திருக்கோம். இந்த ஹெல்த் செக்அப்ஸில் இட் கிவ்ஸ். பட் எண்ட் ஆஃப் த டே நாளைக்கு டாக்டர் சொன்னபடி தான் நம்ம பண்ண முடியும். செல்ஃப் மெடிக்கேஷன் இப்போ கூகுள் டாக்டர் இஸ் பிகர் தென் எனி அதர் டாக்டர். பட் இஃப் யூ பிலீவ் த கூகுள் டாக்டர், ஆஃப் த டைம் யூ ஆர் ரைட், ஆஃப் த டைம் யூ ஆர் ராங். ஸோ வெதர் யூ வுட் லைக் டு கெட் இன் டு அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ப்ராப்ளம் பண்ணி என்ன டாக்டர் யூ ஹவ் டு ட்ரஸ்ட் யுவர் டாக்டர். பட் இப்போ வந்து என்ன பண்ணுறோம், டாக்டர்ஸ் ஆர் அவைலபிள் ஆல்சோ. இப்போ தே ஆர் ஆல்சோ அவைலபிள் ஆன்லைன், தே ஆர் அவைலபிள் இன் ஃபோன், they are available by WhatsApp. See, அவங்களும் they are not எல்லா பிஸ்னஸ்லையும் சேஞ்ச் ஆகிற மாதிரி டாக்டரும் சேஞ்ச். முந்தி போய் டாக்டருக்காக நீங்கள் வெயிட் பண்ணணும். இப்போ நிறைய இடத்துல டாக்டர்ஸ் பேஷண்ட்ஸ்க்காக டாக்டர் வெயிட் பண்ணுறாங்க. ஸோ பிகாஸ் த பிஸ்னஸ் இஸ் சேஞ்ச், தட் இஸ் ஸோ மச் கான்செப்ட். அவங்களுக்கும் தெரியும் கன்வீனியன்ஸ் இஸ் ஆஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஆஸ் ட்ரீட்மெண்ட். கன்வீனியன்ஸ் இஸ் ஆஸ் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் ஆஸ் கன்வீனியன்ஸ். எங்களோட ஹோல் ஹெல்த் கேர்லேயே நாங்கள் அதை தான் எங்கள் டாக்டர்ஸ் எல்லாம் சொல்கிறதுக்கு. ஃபார் அஸ் த ஒன்லி விஐபி இன் எவ்ரி ஒன் ஆஃப் அவர் ஹெல்த் கேர் இன்ஸ்டிடியூஷன் இஸ் த பேஷண்ட். ஸோ அதனால் அவங்களோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்ஸை எப்படி வந்து ப்ளசண்ட் ஆக்கணுங்கிறதுக்கு தான் நாங்கள் எல்லாம் பார்த்துருக்கோம்.
ரைட் சார். ரெண்டாவது விஷயம், நீங்கள் கேட்டாங்க அதாவது ஸ்டார்ட் அப்ஸ், ஹெல்த் கேர், மெட்டெக் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு ஐடியாவோட வர இந்தியாவில் வரலாம். பட் என்ன பெரிய பிரச்சனை அப்படின்னா யூஎஸ்ல ஒரு ட்ராப் பிளட்டை நான் எடுத்துட்டு அதை வச்சு ஐ கேன் ரெவல்யூஷனைஸ் வேர்ல்ட் அப்படின்னு சொல்லி ஒரு லேடி பண்ணாங்க. நான் அந்த ஸ்டோரி பெருசாக சொல்ல விரும்பல. பட் அவங்களுக்கு வந்து அவ்வளோ ஃபண்டிங் கிடைச்சது, ஃபார்ச்சூன்ல ஃபீச்சர் பண்ணுவாங்க. ஆனால் இந்தியாவில் நான் வந்து இதே மாதிரி ஒரு ஐடியாவை எடுத்துட்டு வரேன் படம் போடாடே அப்படின்னு தான் சொல்லுவாங்க. இன்னும் நான் எழுதிட்டேன், இன்னும் நீங்களும் பார்த்துருக்கீங்க. ஐ மீன் இந்த ஸ்பேஸ். ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் ரொம்ப சிம்பிளா சொல்றேன் சார், வி ஹவ் மேட் பிளட் டெஸ்ட் பிளேயபிள். அதாவது போஸ்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் பிளட் டெஸ்ட் பிளேயபிள். இப்போ வந்து இங்க இருக்கிற எல்லாருக்குமே இது கன்ஃபியூஷனா இருக்கலாம், நிறைய கியூரியாசிட்டி இருக்கலாம். ஆனா நான் எடுத்துட்டு போன எல்லா இடத்துலயுமே என்ன சொல்றாங்க அப்படின்னா, இதெல்லாம் எதுக்கு, யாருப்பா பிளட் டெஸ்ட் எல்லாம் ப்ளே பண்ண போறாங்க அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு. இதுக்கு பின்னாடி பெரிய லெவல் சிஸ்டம்ஸ் திங்கிங்கும் இன்டர் கனெக்டடா உங்க ஆர்கன்ஸ் எப்படி இருக்கு.
எந்த பிசினஸ்லயும் வந்து முதல்ல யாருமே அக்செப்ட் பண்ணதில்லை. பார்க்க எந்த பிஸ்னஸ் எடுத்தாலும் அது கஷ்டம் இருக்க தான் போகுது. அது எந்த ரியல் எஸ்டேட் பிஸ்னஸாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, ஐடி பிஸ்னஸாக இருந்தாலும் சரி, கஷ்டப்படாமல் எந்த பிஸ்னஸும் பில் பண்ண முடியாது. அதுக்கு நம்ம 100 இடத்துக்கு போய் பார்க்கணும்னா 100 இடத்துல பார்க்கணும். ஒரே ஒருத்தர் உங்களை நம்பணும், அவ்வளோதான். அந்த 100 பேர் பார்த்ததில் ஒருத்தர் அவங்களை சப்போர்ட் பண்ணாருன்னா அந்த பிஸ்னஸ் வில் ப்ராஸ்பர்.
சார், தேங்க்யூ ஸோ மச் சார். லவ்லி டாக். ஐ எம் அ டாக்டர். I specialize in public health and preventive medicine. So most of what you told resounded with us. I don't think in the Kelvi I can ask a better person. Somebody who manages teams and teams of doctors, why do you think there is no single unifying force in the country within doctors? Because the workforce is huge, but they are continuously in loggerheads with the government. And in spite of all the red tapeism, the bureaucracy, and there is poor research. So how much ever the government tries to organize the sector, there is some level of unorganization that keeps happening and it doesn't roll in as one. What is making doctors, the medical professionals and the healthcare professionals not work as a unifying force?
There is unity. Everywhere there is a diversity in unity. It happens. People will have, if 10 people are there, 8 people will unify, 2 people will think different. In any business, it would be in all the businesses you talk about, not everybody will think the same. That will be there. But there are obviously, if you took I see doctors as quite unified. If you look at consulting, if you take nephrologists or cardiologists, or they all meet. Of course, in a way, they are all competitors. When they go back, there is some level of competition is there. But when they have to combine and they have to work together, they are doing. Government, I think, only can do some extent. It is only the community which has to get together. So whether GPs as a group or cardiologists as a group, and I am sure, in my opinion, they are reasonably unified. There will be some divergent opinions here and there. IMA is there, for at least IMA as a body tries to do, but they cannot ensure that every voice is heard and every voice cannot be unified. Out of 10 things, maybe 7 things they can unify. 3 things they have to let go because there is no unity amongst them. It's not only for medicine; it is for every industry. whether architects or you take from IT industry, everywhere there is always be diversity in unity, and you should know how to live with it.
Good evening, sir. My question for you is that as someone who's scaled multiple businesses, right, what are some operational bottlenecks that early stage founders underestimate?
Well, that's what I keep saying. My Chinese experience, planning. Planning is extremely critical. So you need to know even before. Sometimes you think everything from we. For example, anything you in startup. Many a times we don't understand the commercial scale. So first, if it cannot be commercialized, any ideas, first of all, you need to start thinking what is going to be in 3 months plan, 2 years plan, 3 years plan. You have to sit and conceive. Not everything will happen as you planned. Things may change. But if you don't have a 3 years, 5 years plan how we are doing, it can't be in Excel spreadsheet. Because that is only financial planning. Many of the startup who come to us only give us a spreadsheet. Excel spreadsheet of 5 years projection, every year it will multiply, and 5th year it looks fantastic. So, but then people, as you say, a plan is not about financial planning alone, the operating plan. So even our small, how HR is going to be, how materials is going to be, how the IT is going to be, who is going to do the entire ecosystem has 6 functions to how your research and development going to be, how is your product. So all this has to be thought through. Initially in a startup, one person may be multitasking 2-3 roles. But at some point of time, at what point of time I will start investing in people. Ultimately, even you have to first conceive an organization, conceive a team. Then those ideas will fly. Many a times we see when we get startup pitch deck, it has got financial planning. Somebody has made, some chartered accountant or some investment banker has made, but it does not talk about organizational building and what is the organizational culture and how functions will evolve. All this has to be thought through when you actually build up a startup business plan.
And just a follow-up question on that. Today, across your businesses, what are some manual overheads that are like, if I'm able to solve this, it would exponentially scale my business? And what are the things that AI hasn't been able to solve yet?
I don't think AI has solved in terms of manpower problem in healthcare yet, because we are still very skeptical. Doctors, somebody was saying, we are skeptical about each other and is skeptical about the whole market because we are scared. If something, and even call center, it is gone. In many other industries, the call centers are all done by here we say no technical words. How will AI deal with? So we are yet to adapt AI when it comes to manpower reduction. In healthcare, what we have done in AI is mainly for early detection, prevention, to manage robots, surgical robots. This is where we are using AI, not really done anything on process automation as much. Because one way is people are conservative in healthcare world and we are very labor intensive. Today as a group, we employ more than 45,000 people for whatever revenues we have, but it's much more compared to 45,000 people in US means the revenue compared to us, they probably will have 10 times more revenue. But we are labor intensive. But in a way it's good because you have to give employment to so many people. I think the AI is still not a threat at least in the healthcare industry. But I don't think in India we should too much think about labor reduction or cost reduction in labor, because sometimes our labor is one, they need employment, so you need to keep engaging with them. But how to use AI for improvement, process improvement, efficiency improvement and all that. I don't think in US and Europe they are now AI, they are only because their cost of employment is so much. So they have to think AI as a way to reduce cost. For us AI, we should think as about improving efficiency and improving our diagnosis or improving certain processes or such. This is what we have to look at it. I think still our employment cost compared to many other countries is lower, and I don't think that's such a big concern for India. Of course, we can do a little bit better. There may be some redundancies you can reduce and all that, but I don't think that should be a primary concern to look at AI as a job replacer.
Sir, thank you so much, sir. Not a question, sir, just a suggestion, maybe with your reputation and being also the chairman of FICCI Council Tamil Nadu. We have been giving government a lot of wish lists on how to improve Chennai. And on the biotech space, Chennai obviously is the healthcare capital, and we have great institutions like IIT, Arattai University. However, we see that Harvard could create a Boston pharmaceutical center. Stanford could create a SFO, a Bay Area tech center. We have both healthcare, we have great institutions, but we are still not the deep tech biotech base. there is a disconnect between both. The industry application is the healthcare center in terms of hospital diagnostic centers, and the universities are IITs of the world, Anna University, VIT. But we are not able to connect both to create business ideas which can be implemented and which can be tested also. And maybe because the laws don't support, ICMR has their own regulation, universities have their set of regulation. If we can connect these two along with the VC ecosystem of money, and which IIT themselves have a great deep tech fund also now. They have almost $100 million fund which they have announced. Lot more deep tech startups will be created out of Chennai, and they will become the you call the next wealth creators or the employment creators out of Chennai. Just to give an example, sir, if there is a startup out of IIT Chennai, where will they get samples for their testing? They have to get from the hospital, a tissue sample. But hospitals have their own set of regulation they don't provide. There's a ICMR in between. And even if they provide, how do we rationalize and commercialize all this? So maybe through your great work, being in healthcare as well as in FICCI, if we can connect all these dots of the ecosystem, I'm pretty sure Chennai will become the deep tech in biotech at least, the capital of that. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, that all the time we discuss how government, academia, and industry should work together. As you say, it's easier said than done. But I'm sure there's a new government in place. We can again attempt, and we have a health minister who is a doctor too, and the current chief minister is good listener. He is listening, and I'm sure we can again, as Vicky and with your biotech. I'm sure biotech and medical device, pharma we have lost some initial mover advantage. Most has gone to Gujarat, it has gone to Hyderabad and other places. But in both in medical device and biotech, there is no clear leader in India. So Chennai has the possibility, and Chennai and Tamil Nadu has the real possibility of becoming a leader, because all, as you say, the fundamental, we are a healthcare capital of the world, or at least in India. Like from large corporate hospital, very big government institution, very big NGO institutions, we already are a healthcare capital. And we have a great institutes like IIT and Anna University and all that. So we have a very good academia, and we need a government engagement. Of course, we have been talking with all the governments for several years, and there are initiatives. They are all done whatever, but maybe we should be more proactive and more quick in doing things. And we can again attempt to, as a group, go from FICCI. Will be very happy to take this up and discuss with the current government. Can we fast track some of these ideas, so that Chennai can emerge as the biotech capital of India, and they can also capture the medical device capital of India. All this in the next 10 years vision we have to create for Chennai. I'm sure governments are happy to listen. After that, we need to have, unfortunately, all of us talk this, then we become busy with our work, and we don't have time to go and execute. So there has to be people, selfless people, who really work beyond their organizations into the overall ecosystem. So if something like that can be created, we'll be happy. That is where the associations like FICCI are for, and we'll do our best to take it forward.
It's been indeed an interesting master session, sir. I'm sure most of us are going to keep taking back notes from this. On behalf of Super Chennai, now we would like to honor you with the Icon of the Month in recognition of your immense contribution and lasting impact that you have had on the entire healthcare ecosystem. I'll call upon Mr. Prakash Chella, National Vice President, CREDAI, to do the honor, please.